Hey everybody!
Hello.
It's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. I don't know what order these words go in.
Phoenix Wright.
Trilogy.
Ace Attorney.
But not the trilogy. We're just gonna play the first game right now because I'm not crazy to just dive in for 100 hours or something.
Don't tell your audience you're not crazy. They know that you're lying.
Yeah. I'm bringing Stephanie along because she's also not played this game, and because it's like exactly the kind of thing I do group stuff with, which is like visual novels and mystery games. It's both, basically.
I always thought I'd like Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
And also, I know him from Marvel vs. Capcom. His moveset's really entertaining, and he finds clues and he fights with them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was a cool addition. He's like one of those. He's basically like the villager equivalent in Marvel vs. Capcom, where he's like your oddball, your oddball technical character.
So I basically only played.
He goes objection.
Marvel vs. Capcom 1,
I know that too.
Basically, so I'm like totally out of the loop on characters. But yeah, you'll help me do voices and shit. We can like discuss clues and solve mysteries or whatever this game is, because I don't really know how it works mechanically at all.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
And I think it has no actual. I think the legal precedence in a lot of these games is very questionable.
Justice for all.
Trials
you
and
think the legal
tribulation.
stuff's questionable?
Yeah.
Well, does it take place in San Francisco or something? So
Does
it's
it?
like,
That's
so
kind of cool.
I think it's a hybrid between Japan and San Francisco, which is also I think that's also the setting of Big Hero 6.
Interesting.
So I think the name San Francisco is from Big Hero 6, not Ace Attorney, but I think it's basically the same setting as what I've heard. So that might be why the legality doesn't make sense.
Well, I just think that like
It's
wacky,
kind of a Japanese game made for Western audiences.
wacky
so
shit
they just
happens.
Mixed them. Oh yeah.
They had to make court cases fun for kids, so they had to do some wacky shit.
Let's see. This was a DS game. Last time I played a visual novel made for DS, it made Andrew quit Let's Plays forever. So.
Oh well, this is my last series, you guys.
Let's see how this goes. Episode 1, the first turnabout. There's a lady who's upside down.
He did it. That guy did it. I'm sure. Look at him. He looks like a punk. Look at his orange jacket. He obviously is a
Oh, I
criminal.
thought you meant the guy in the background. He's like, fucking, I dare you, pull the trigger. Because he looks like he's looking at a laser sight on his own forehead right now. Like he looks like he's crossing his eyes to look at it.
He might be enlightened.
How do you make your beard that? I mean, how do you make your anything that pointy? I guess. That guy's got some hair going on. Still, this is in the spectrum of animu. This is an art style I can get behind.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do if you don't? Just go back all the way.
What else can I do? Why is it asking? Why is there? All right. Why is there a no? Just skips that chapter. Just immediately.
Is that cherry syrup or is it blood?
Are we a dying person?
Ooh.
Oh, they've been beaten to death by
Oh, the thinker.
Yep.
That's red. That's really red. Damn it. Why me? I don't know if that was a man or a woman. I can't get caught. Not like this.
The controller vibe.
Ambiguous voice. I've got to find someone to pin this on. I think he definitely did it. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it.
Wait, we get to know?
Well, this might be a practice one.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't ready for them to just tell us the answer to the case.
You're probably a defendant. Yeah. So you're probably defending that punk ass kid.
That punk ass kid.
Yeah.
Objection. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Also, just be warned in those cutscenes, it just goes on its own. I'm not pressing A.
Oh.
So I was like, oh god. That's bad when you're supposed to read dialogue out, when it just leaves without you. Boy, am I nervous.
Right.
Yes, that is
Oh,
right.
hey.
Hiya, Chief.
Man. Woo. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job. Good job. I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. That?
It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there?
Yeah, it's him. Whoa.
Death to spare. Oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die.
Yeah, sigh. Oh my god.
You could be this guy too. I don't want to be him.
Why is his name Butts?
He should probably want to. Maybe that's why he wants to die.
Is my name Nick?
Well, you're Phoenix.
It's Phoenix, right?
And people call you Nick, I think.
You can just. I feel like that doesn't work.
Yeah, Phoenix is such a cooler name. Why would you prefer Nick over Phoenix?
Nick! Hey there, Larry. Larry Butts. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Oh, he's gonna be Shaggy. That's what we're doing here. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished, Scoob. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did all this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? It's just becoming Morty.
Oh, gee, Rick.
Oh, geez, Nick.
Look at his beautiful shining eyes.
Yeah,
you have to help him.
He's a nightmare.
Keith, you have to help him.
Oh my god. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. Could it be the guy from the cutscene? The newspapers say it was you. That's a good job, detective. Case closed. I guess we can all go home now.
They're just giving us background.
My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. All about a boy. My first case is a fairly simple one.
So maybe this is like a flashback to your first case.
I just went straight to like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in my head. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy that they arrested was the unlikely sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts.
That's not a nice thing to say at all. This poor guy.
In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck.
Yeah, his last name's Butts, so he does have bad luck.
But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name.
You should just help him because he's your friend, not because he owes you.
And that's just what I'm going to do. Also because, you know, the truth.
It's the right thing to do, Phoenix Wright.
It's his job.
Yeah, and it's your job.
I'm going to do my job because he owes a great debt to me.
Or that I owe a great debt to him.
Yeah. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2.
Dun dun.
It's been 13 minutes or something. Wow.
Dun dun.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh, you're not very confident there.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Your first trial's defending your friend? That seems like a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I don't think, I honestly don't think they would let you do this. See, already the legality of all this is questionable.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
You're not supposed to say that.
You must be nervous. You clearly ran here, judging by your hair.
He's just so fast.
He looks like
He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
I was gonna say, yeah, he looks like the fast kid from Incredibles.
Oh,
his hair is shaped like a bike helmet.
What the frick is his name? It's something to do with how fast he is.
Yeah, Flash, I think.
No, his name's not Flash.
Skidmark.
Dash. His name's Dash.
Dash.
Oh my gosh.
Is it really?
Yes.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances,
These line breaks they're really early, right?
Like, what do
They
you
have
mean?
so much screen to the right that they just they're afraid to use.
Yeah.
It's just like second line.
I think we should have a test to ascertain your ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaking. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms red.
Mom spaghetti. Calm and ready to drop the truth bombs.
You look calm and ready to drop bombs, but you keep on forgetting the words you wrote.
That you wrote down.
I fucking knew that. I used to have that whole song down.
I actually do.
I did
If you
part
guys
of-
ever want me to sing it all,
Yeah,
no, I'm just
I did
kidding.
part of
Don't.
it as a school presentation.
I loved 8 Mile when I was a kid. I
I've
was
never seen 8 Mile.
I was like
was just a
6 or
sequel.
something. Me and my friend used to watch 8 Mile like after school for like a week straight, and I just
Yeah.
thought it was so cool. And his mom was Brittany Murphy, who's a beautiful lady. Or his girlfriend's Brittany Murphy. Sorry, not his mom.
Eyesight fading.
Eyesight.
That's
fading.
concerning.
Yeah, dude, you need to sit down.
Are you having a stroke? Is it? Are you going into shock? You need your EpiPen?
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely, or we'll drop you in the pit. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Oh, so you have to it's gonna quiz you
have to-
on your knowledge of make sure you know
what
what the
a
fuck you're doing.
What a defendant is? It's
Yeah,
Larry
you're-
Butts.
yeah.
Mia Fey. Just completely fucking loose cannon. She just becomes the defendant as a result. Like,
All right.
like you're
Swap
warping,
'em out.
You're warping reality. Now she's on trial for murder.
I think it's to make sure that you have a grasp on the
Yeah,
jargon.
they're testing whether the children know what a court is.
Yeah.
The defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. A+.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report over to cover it so many times.
You
Cover so many times.
You
I
should
did
know who
not.
the murder victim is without having to, like, shouldn't think about it.
Wait,
It's like a tutorial on how to read the case file.
no way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name.
Yeah, I didn't say that out loud.
Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily.
Court record. What? Oh, it's a little attorney's badge things that they have in Japan. It's like a little.
No,
yeah.
no one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh no. But no, yeah. I played Judgment, and he had the exact same one in that too.
Is it look
So
the same?
that's- Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a weird, like flowery looking thing with the little scales in the middle. Yeah, and it's like a tiny gold pin. It's really tiny.
As a Libra, that's my little scale
Yeah.
symbol.
Cindy. Her name's Cindy. Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Time of death 7:31, 4 to 5 p.m.
So I gotta remember all this shit because it's gonna come up. That's how these games work. I think it's all the little minor details.
My boss and a very good defense attorney. 27?
Oh, dude. Oh
Your
no.
boss is 27?
I'm a failure.
Oh my god.
I'm 26. I'm
Oh,
not a chief attorney yet.
By the time we finish this playthrough, I'll be 30.
Why are you not a defense attorney yet?
Oh wait, no, he's just a murder. He's just accused of murder. That's not something to be proud of. wait, that means Phoenix is like
It's
23.
23.
What the fuck?
And he's a lawyer.
Are you even allowed to do that?
Gosh, I'm such a
I feel
failure.
like- can you even be in a courtroom at 23? Aren't you still in law school for like 4 more years? This timeline
I
doesn't
have a
work.
friend that just finished law school, and she's my age, so she would be 26.
I got my bachelor's degree when I was 23. And there's like more before you become a lawyer than that.
Yeah, there is more.
I feel like this doesn't work because they've been friends since grade school, so they should be the same age. The victim,
Cindy
22.
Stone. She lived in an apartment by herself, and she's a model.
She has pointy bangs.
Dude, if I could have bangs like that, I would.
I've got triangle bang.
Like some sort of vampire girl.
Yeah. Anger bang. The
Winston
prosecutor,
Payne.
he lacks presence. Generally bad at getting his points across.
Oh, wow.
Oh, don't shit on the weird turtle man.
He's kind of cute.
52-year-old turtle boy. He's likable, yeah, but is he the murderer? Ah.
Cindy Stone lived alone, died in her home. Oh.
I, just forgot temporarily.
Don't tell her that.
Yeah, that's don't.
She's your boss. I think I feel a migraine coming
Just
on.
look at just glance at your case file and just say it. Jesus.
Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
There was very little in that file. There was like nothing in that file. Mia face.
Cinder Block.
And Cindy Stone.
Dude, Cinder Block's, oh my gosh. Cinder Block's gonna be my female wrestler name.
Cinder Block.
And my first name will be Cinderball, spelled with an S. Cinder Block. Done.
The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
I've just created an OC.
Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death?
Blunt force trauma.
She died because she was...
Hit with a blunt object.
She was struck once by a blunt object.
But that wasn't what killed her. It was the heart attack.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
You are of sound mind.
You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
I like this
Max
judge.
Payne?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
You like the judge?
Yeah.
With his super beard?
He's awesome. He looks like Judgment.
It's like he had hair and then gravity just kind of claimed it and brought it down.
He looks like a badass.
Just brought it all down until he was Santa Claus.
He's a
As
handsome
Mr.
grand-
Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker.
It was a statue of the murderer.
That'd be easy. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
The irony of being bludgeoned, dying of brain trauma as a result of the thinker statue.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
I feel like you need to accept that sooner than the process, right? It's rather heavy, okay?
Yeah, it should be. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Yes, boss lady.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Gosh, did you even go to school?
No, he didn't. He's 23. We know this.
Pay attention if you don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case.
God, I would not put my life in the hands of a 23-year-old for anything.
You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be really bad. Like, no offense, but if you're 23, you're an idiot. And I know that from life experience. I remember being 23. They're real dumb. It's just not a great time. It's just...
Well, I have some insight into Keith's early youth life.
Not just me, but everyone I ever knew who was 23 and below. It's like...
Are you going to say that about yourself when you're 40? Are you going to say that about your 30-year-old self?
Probably.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? You loser!
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony.
What are those eyes?
I knew it was Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. But anyways, he looks.
Those eyes.
He's cute. He's a little baby sheep.
Well, we're trying to figure out whether that was Anthony or Antony or something.
Well, it's Mark Antony is like the old way of writing it. I'm pretty sure it was like Mark Antony, but that name just is Anthony now.
Isn't one of the people that kills Caesar Antony?
Brutus kills Caesar.
But yeah, there's other ones though.
Yeah, I know. There's a whole room full of people.
Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. I can vouch for that. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men.
He was ghost riding your whipped ass.
Dude, Keith, I like that. I'm gonna use that. I'm a professional ghostwriter.
I just thought of that on the spot and I was like, oh my god.
I'm very proud of you, Keith.
Sometimes you have to laugh at your own joke because you're experiencing it in real time too.
A, B, C, D, Cookie Monster. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them?
She had lots.
Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder.
Yes, the 7th day of the 30th month.
Well, it's funny. I read 7:30 and I had to I couldn't think fast enough of what month that was. So I didn't
Really?
say. Yeah, that's July. I realize this now.
Yeah.
July 30th, everyone.
Oh yeah, we had that conversation with one of our housemates where we just realized they couldn't list the months, and I had to test them because I didn't believe them. I had to know if they were telling the truth.
I knew someone who couldn't read a clock, whoa, with an old-fashioned clock with the hands on it and everything.
Oh no, I've had that before. Where I knew somebody who would get mad if you referred to directions on a clock, or if you said 9 o'clock as a direction to orient yourself, or it said clockwise or counterclockwise, because they didn't get it, so they just get mad at you and frustrated.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way!
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. She's an Instagram model.
Oh no.
Oh! She appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar? Sugar.
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts.
I was one of them.
She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
Did I just get murdered? No, I'm just kidding. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. So they're trying to make you not feel bad about it. I still feel bad about it. She's trying to live her life. Leave her alone. Tell me, Mr. Butts.
It feels very judgy, yeah.
What do you think of her now?
But he doesn't get to judge people because he has a staircase shaved into the back of his head. You see that? Yes, for some reason his hairline is shaved into stairs.
No, I think he's just balding.
But why is it that specific pattern?
Because it's hard to, I don't know, it's hard to draw. Yeah. He's just a shaggy. He's just kind of shaggy.
What do you think of her now?
What do you think of her now?
This is really judgy.
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, because this is an emotional appeal.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I?
Definitely stop him from answering. He's gonna say something judgy, and then it'll be murder motivation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a rise out of him.
My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case.
It is. Oof.
Objection,
Ouch.
You might say. Wince.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog?
Shut your
Wow.
mouth. Shut your mouth, mister.
Look at his twitchy eye.
Yeah, he's mad.
Jesus.
Dude,
I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah. What? Oh,
we're gonna meet
I'm
him in
gonna
the
go get to
afterlife.
the bottom of this.
It auto-proceeded. Stop that.
He's saying he's gonna wait. When he dies, he's gonna confront her about it.
Let's continue with this trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Judge, not supposed to say that.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Gulp.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went.
You're not.
What do I do?
Wait, so Larry Butts can't say, what if I did, what if I didn't? He has to answer. He, swore. He swore to tell the truth. He has to give a straight answer. You can't fucking pull shit like that. So, I don't know. Maybe. You can't say maybe.
We can't stop him from answering, can we? I feel like he has to.
You have to force him to answer honestly.
Yeah. I feel like we can't make him not answer. That's not how the courts work. That's contempt of court if you just ignore them.
His girlfriend should have been honest with him, but he can't be hating on her for trying to make a living. Just saying.
I know. I'll send him a signal.
Were they in a relationship though?
Well, apparently she didn't think so, but he did.
Yeah.
So he's a creepy incel. That's what he is.
Tell the truth.
He's a creepy stalker boy.
Yeah. I was there. I went.
Well, maybe he has keys. I mean, if he went inside, he must have keys.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her.
Oh, he doesn't have keys.
Whoa.
No, that was objection.
Yeah. From who? That's from in general?
Well, I think that was if it pans to him, it should be he said it.
I thought it was gonna have the voice of the person who was objecting.
I think it did.
It was like a lady.
I think it was him.
What?
I think it was him going objection like that. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying.
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Oh, the music just died out. That means we're fucked.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Oh my god.
Look at all these very similar looking jurors.
Yeah, there's just like two brown-haired guys repeating.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Frank Sawit. I feel like it's a pun, but I can't put my finger on how.
You better be Frank
Ooh.
with me.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
What the fuck is this? He can't stop doing this animation.
He looks like the Happy Mask salesman from Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
What a creep.
Mr. Sowich, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Here we go.
I like how dynamic they make this seem.
Yeah.
The witness's account.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
So first he didn't go in, but then he says he tried to use her phone, which is inside.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Keith.
Immediate contradiction. But also I get the feeling we'll find evidence of him being inside the apartment, and then that'll be how we fuck with this whole plan.
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Oh, it's gonna be when she got in from her flight. It's gonna contradict the 1 p.m. So we gotta look at what when she came home from her flight. Oh, I thought like it gave an hour. Can you click on it?
No.
No.
We'll have to see.
The time of death. The time of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's another contradiction.
I don't know if people can actually get it down to such a specific time, but I wouldn't be surprised if forensic analysts were able to do that.
Yeah, people have like info.
But really like from that specific, like from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. exactly. Usually I think it'd be at least like a 5-hour window.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. If you guys know, let us know.
It's all magic to me.
Yeah.
But I would just Grissom just crouches and he finds like a hair follicle in the carpet. And
I love
like,
Grissom.
The murderer came from Kentucky. And I'm like, I don't know how he knows that.
There's a blade of Kentucky bluegrass.
It's always like some next level shit, and every episode's somehow more impossible.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you know that?
Look at the ceiling. It's like, Grissom, why would you think to look at the ceiling?
That? Yeah.
You crazy man.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
No. Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sowet used was one of those. Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. It's noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. So that
covers both times.
Yeah. But still his thing contradicts
his 1 p.m. doesn't make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Wright?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? What's a court?
Where am I? All right. All right. This is it. The real deal.
This is such like a high school nightmare. Like, it's the day of the test and you didn't study, except it's the day of your first court trial and you didn't study what a lawyer is, and it's your best friend accused of murder.
You didn't even know.
And you're not wearing pants.
I would love if that ended like that.
The camera just pans down to polka dot underwear. What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Just really bold-faced accusing him of lying already. like she's just assumed. It's just assumed that there's lies.
This is making the court system look very black and white. Like there's always someone who's better than another person. There's always a liar and a bad person. There's always a good person with good motives.
Yeah.
Which is not the case.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? And that witness must have lied in his testimony. This is also assuming that people who are defendants are always victims. Like, because a lot of lawyers defend people who they themselves know are guilty.
Yeah.
Because
but it's the lawyer's job.
It's the lawyer's job, which is why people
to more or less assume.
Argue whether or not being a lawyer is like a morally questionable job, because they can tell you that they murdered someone and you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to tell anyone that.
Yeah.
In fact, if you bring that up in court, it gets thrown out.
Yeah. Because the idea is that the truth will win out, and it super doesn't.
Yeah, but it can be doesn't. Your job to defend someone and prevent someone from going.
99% conviction rate, which seems super ethical and not questionable at all.
Yeah, that's a very high conviction rate. But someone's like, oh, hey, I totally did murder my family. You have to get me out of it. And it is your job to get them out of it, even if you know point blank that they did it.
That's when you have chaotic. That's when you have chaotic good in the form of Scarecrow. Gets his victims. He gets his defendants who are guilty off as innocent on an insanity plea, and then makes them insane.
Oh,
like in Batman Begins.
Is that really his? That's his whole thing.
That's what happened in Batman Begins, the first Christopher Nolan movie. Is Scarecrow was a lawyer, and he would get his evil mob boss people off on insanity pleas, but then he would meet up with them at the hospital and like fear gas them, and they'd actually go insane. It's like, ha.
If that's his true, if that's like his true canon, that's cool. I like that.
That was a fun plot, and he was played by Cillian Murphy, which is even better.
Who's that?
The guy from 28 Days Later and Sunshine.
Oh, I do like him too. I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
He's in Red Eye,
Yeah.
where he's like, I'm the plane murderer, I guess.
He has a very unique.
That was a really tense movie for how low the stakes were.
Yeah, no, it was. It was. He's a very unique face.
Have you read that yet?
Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
Yeah. You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Literally.
Okay.
Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
I am using a controller for the record. Like a civilized adult.
Would you like to buy some goods? Hee.
Witness's account.
I was going. Oh wait, is this the? Oh, wait, it's like a synopsis. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment.
Press and present.
So I think, so you have to wait until you see a line of text that is something that you want to point out to the judge.
Huh.
So when you see something that sounds fishy, you present it, I think, and then the judge will like determine whether or not there's something in there, and then maybe you have to explain why you picked it.
Yeah, I wonder, because this part's already not true, because he was there to murder someone. But I don't know if there's anything we can say about it.
You can't prove that. You can't prove that, so keep going. It's going to be when he says the time or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. You can't prove anything there because the guy said, "Oh, it was locked," but like you can't prove that it was open or not open. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead.
Are you sure she wasn't the Walking Dead?
Well, that'd be a whole nother court case. Mm-hmm. What if someone said, "Oh, I killed them because they were a zombie," and then that went into court?
Yeah. No, that happens.
That happens?
Yeah. It's people that believe in Wendigos have murdered people thinking they were Wendigos, and that's gone to court. That's been a real thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and like
I assume they just get evaluated psychologically, but you could be a sane person and just believe superstitions.
It's their actual belief system. Like they think they're real,
and they're not.
So it's not that they're not sound of mind. It's that they genuinely believe in the Wendigos being real.
Well, it's like those people that kill because they think that God told them to.
Yeah.
Or that they had some sort of holy rite of doing something. I don't know. It's difficult. I don't know how that works. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So it's gonna be the next line. It's gonna be but the phone wasn't working. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
So press, I think.
There'll be... Yeah.
Hold it! The phone in her apartment wasn't working?
Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right?
But you said you didn't go in the apartment, or did you?
So he like autofills it in for you. Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone.
And what else? Is there anything else we want to press him on?
It's what time he says it happened. So when he says the time, press him, and then you can present. I think present will go into you can look at your stuff, and you can be like,
the time of death is wrong. Yeah.
I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Hold it. 1 p.m. Oh, sorry, that's you.
1 p.m. Are you certain?
Yes, absolutely.
He seems really confident.
1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
So that's the present button.
To go into the autopsy report or whatever, because I think that's the one. The autopsy report is the second one, should say.
I'm a lawyer.
You show them that.
You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
If he's framing somebody for his own murder that he did, why would he misreport the time?
He's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like what a fuck up.
Well, then not only that, but like, what? You shouldn't be certain about anything. You shouldn't be like 100% certain about anything. You should just kind of be like, I think it was around this time.
Because it sounds practiced.
Well, yeah, because like,
no one remembers that shit.
no one remembers the exact time of anything.
Yeah. Japanese, English, French, German, Korean, and Chinese simplified and Chinese traditional. Yeah, let's go for it. I'll totally tell what's happening.
We could just make up the whole.
Text
We could make
box.
up all the mysteries as we go, but solving them would be like an impossibility.
Just make up what the mysteries are.
That person's definitely being accused of stealing boxes of cabbages.
Wow, there's only a 2 on sound effect volume.
That's a 2?
Yeah.
Oh, ee.
I kind of want to... Yeah. Better.
do. What, oh, battleground music? Is that what BGM?
Background music.
Oh my god, battleground.
Battleground. I'll meet you on the battleground.
Hey dude, every court case is a battleground.